Today we are finally taking my 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 off-roading for the first time. I know you guys have been patiently waiting for this video to come, and I'm super excited to take you guys along for the trip today. So this trail here is going to have a few water crossings. Obviously it doesn't look like much right now, just a gravel road, but a few miles down this road it will have a few water crossings, a bunch of rock gardens, and a bunch of mud as well. So it should be a whole bunch of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. As you guys can see here, we are getting into the more off-roady section of the trail here. Once we hit the actual water crossing, I'm going to stop and put it into 4 low just so we can have that better crawl ratio. As you guys see here, we are on the trail and we do have some water coming up here leading up to the first water crossing. So this part isn't really too deep, as you guys can see here, but I'm actually going to stop and put it into 4 low right now just so we can, you know, crawl through this at a nice slow speed. Over there up ahead it does get just a little bit deeper, but we're probably not going to go through that section because I know a lot of this section here is private property, so I definitely do want to stay on the public section of this road. If you see right there, it just goes to the left straight up that hill, so that's where we're headed right now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this thing in 4 low. So as you see right now, we are currently in 4 high auto. So first step is to put this thing into 4 high part-time. So I'm just gonna let the Jeep roll a little bit and then put it into 4 high part-time, just like that. And then the indicator here will blink a little bit, and then once it stays solid, that's how you know you are in 4 high part-time. And then to put it in 4 low, we want to be in neutral. And then you're supposed to roll at about 2 to 3 miles per hour and then put it back into 4 low. So I'm gonna let my foot off the brake just a little bit until we start rolling, and I'm gonna put it back into 4 low. So rolling just a little bit. All right. Then over here we have the indicator that says 4 low and electronic stability control off. And I believe it also turns the traction control off as well. But we can see that right there. Since the light is illuminated, that means the traction control is off. Got a few tiny mud holes coming up here, not really mud holes, more of a puddle, but I'm just gonna drive straight through these until we get to the next. I think the next part up here is a rock garden, so it should be pretty fun. And I'm sure you guys know, but the 392 also does have hill descent control, so once we get to the downhill section, I definitely want to demonstrate that for you guys as well. I'll show you how it works. So as you guys can see here, the Jeep is getting just a little bit muddy, and we came up on our first kind of minor obstacle here. We got a bunch of rocks here, and this log looks like it was just freshly cut, so we do have a trail up here that was not accessible, and we also do have some more trails down this way as well, so we'll see which way I decide to go. I might go down this way first, and then we'll see. You might come back up here and try this section. Now this section here looks actually very, I don't want to say challenging, but definitely, I don't know if I want to do something like this, especially if I'm alone without a winch. So it might be a little bit risky to try this section right here. I definitely would not recommend doing any kind of extreme off-roading alone, and you know, that of course applies to myself as well. I definitely want to make sure we're being safe here. I'm definitely not doubting the abilities of the 392. I'm sure it could definitely make it up this little path right here. So now I want to show you guys how the hill descent control works. So I believe you do have to be in 4 low for this. So as you see here, we are currently in 4 low. And then you want to be in drive and make sure that you are completely stopped. And then once you do that, you just want to hit this button right here. And then you can actually use the paddle shifters to select what speed you want to control. So right now we have it at 0.6 miles per hour. And if I hit the right paddle, it'll actually go up to 1.2 miles an hour. So we're gonna start off at 0.6, and all you have to do is let off the brake completely and the Jeep will do all the work for you. All you have to do is steer. All right, so let off the brake completely. And we are going extremely slow, definitely good for crawling down a hill. I'm gonna hit the right paddle and it'll put us at 1.2 miles per hour, a little bit faster, still crawling. Let's try again, 1.8. All right, now we have 2.5 miles an hour. As you can tell, we are crawling down this hill a little bit quicker, but you know, still going very slow, so definitely good for crawling down hills, especially if they're slippery. If you want the Jeep to control all of the tires and braking for you. Let's see if we can do one more. 3.1 miles an hour now. So I think you guys pretty much get the point of how this works. So let's go ahead and show you how to slow down. So I'm gonna hit the left paddle, 2.5 miles an hour. Again, 1.8, 1.2, then again 0.6. Crawling down, we got a nice ditch on the left side here. So I want to go down this hill a little bit slower just so we don't, you know, mess anything up. So it's doing a very good job at controlling the speed. As you guys can see here, we are literally crawling at 0.6 miles an hour. So just wanted to show you guys how this thing works, and whenever you're ready to stop, just apply the brake. Then all you have to do, hit the button again, and then now we are good to go just with normal driving. So we got the Jeep just a little bit more muddy here, as you guys can see, and we have a pretty nice sized ditch here on the left. So I have to do a good job of kind of staying here on the actual path here so we don't kind of fall in. So it should be pretty interesting. You can definitely see the size of that. Not really sure how well the GoPro is going to do at showing the depth of the ditch, but if we fall into this, then we are definitely going to bottom out the 392. So definitely don't want that to happen, especially since I don't have a winch. I definitely do want to get a winch in the future. I know you can actually get a Warren winch that fits on the stock front bumper, so I think that's the route I'm going to take. But we're going to try to go down this hill here without falling into the ditch. So luckily we didn't fall into that ditch there, and now up ahead here, not really too much, but we'll see what we have farther down the road. All right, so we got some more mud and a nice ditch here as well that we need to get past, and some more, like a little creek here. And I also do see that there is just like a random, looks like a broken down car, like an Audi or something. So we're gonna have to turn around somewhere over here, but I do want to at least get down to this section right here. We got a nice super deep ditch here as well, so I think we're gonna come down here. Looks like this area right here would give us the most space to actually turn around. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing, is just coming all the way down here and just try to turn around in this area right here, then head back up. And then I guess I have to still decide if I want to head up that one trail that had the logs broken down. Don't know if we're going to actually do it because, like I said, I don't have a winch and we are alone. I'm not doubting the 392's abilities to actually crawl up that trail. I think it would do it without any issues. But like I said, I just don't want to take any risks. got here to the other section of the trail that I told you guys about after the log that was on the trail. And like I said, I definitely do think it's for sure doable with the 392. Right here is kind of like definitely doesn't look like anything on camera, but I definitely would like to have at least a winch or another person with me if I were to attempt this section of the trail. And I definitely don't want to do anything like this alone, especially with a brand new Jeep that is not very cheap whatsoever. So I think I'm going to skip this section today, but maybe sometime in the future I can get one of my friends to come with me on this trail. Then we can both kind of attempt it just in case one of us gets stuck. Why I love the 392 Wrangler, because I can get done off-roading and then have just as much fun on the pavement as well. So thanks for watching.